In this video, I'm going to show you how to do a vintage Christmas design like this one right here, all online for free using a Photoshop-like app called Photopea. Let's go. Thanks for joining me on this video. My name is Juna with Detour Shirts. I've been designing and selling t-shirts online since 2005, and in this video I wanted to teach you how to do a Christmas t-shirt design that stands out, and I'm going to do it all online for free. So I'm thinking about those that may not have these apps or may not want to pay for apps. You can do this one that I'm showing you absolutely free. I'm going to show you how to find the free graphics and the free fonts and how to do it all. There's lots to this design. I want to show you how to do different things, warp the text, outline the text, do little stars and things like that, and how to put a background on a photo or a graphic. So I'm going to do all of that. I'm going to show you how to do that. So it's going to be like a mini tutorial for Photopea. I used to call it Photopea, but I've heard other people call it Photopea. It's the same app. It's all online and it's free. So there's lots to do in this video. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. So let's get into Photopea right now and I'll show you how to get started. So here we are on Photopea. You can see photopea.com. So that's what you type in. You get to this page right here. The first thing we're going to do is start a new project. So click on this button. Boom. And we're going to go here and we're going to do the same width and height for Merch by Amazon or Amazon Merch on Demand. 4,500 pixels by 5,400 tall, right? And then we can make this 300 dpi as well. Can do this all in here, and we're going to do transparent background, and I'm going to show you why. Actually, you know what, let's do custom background instead, and let's pick a color. I'm going to pick like a light pink just so we can see the difference on here. So let's do that. You could do transparent background, but I'm going to do this instead, light pink. Okay, good. And then hit create. Okay, you can see here it's kind of an off-white light pink color background. The next thing we're going to do is put in some text. So if you want to have some custom text, you're going to have to go find it. I couldn't find any text here that I liked, but here's how you do it. Type tool right here, and you can see I found this one here called Coaster, and let me show you why I found it. I found it on the font, and I'll show you how to load it. It's really easy to load. So let's go to the font right now, kind of take a little detour, and I'll show you how to do this custom font. No matter what font you find, you can do this same thing, but you can use Coaster if you want to as well. So here we are on DaFont, DaFont.com. Lots of good free fonts on here, but you're going to have to see some of them are free for personal use and some of them are absolutely free. So let me show you how to find it. So first, you can kind of pick like the topic. I'm going to do like a retro font, so let's do that. And then you can kind of even narrow that down. So, well, actually, let's do groovy font, not retro. You can do either one. Groovy font, so this is what I want, like the rounded like this. And then you can see this one's for personal use, so we're going to have to go more options and do 100% free right there. All right, and then submit again, and you can see all of these are 100% free, and you can use any one of these. I'm going to choose to use Coaster right here, so we can see how it looks like here. I'm going to type in my phrase just to see what it looks like, and you can do this to kind of test it out. Yeah, that looks great. And then I'm going to download it. So I'm going to download this font, and when it downloads, it's going to do a zip file, and it's going to have a TTF file with it. So you're going to open that up, and then when you come into Photopea again, and you want to do a special load font, you come in here, you go to your desktop, and you can see right there is my TTF file, and then you just upload it, and that's how I got this Coaster one. So there's Coaster. I'm going to use it, and then I'm going to type in, just clicked on the T here, click on here, you can see I have text, and I'm just going to do ho, ho, ho. Now that's not big enough, so I'm going to highlight it all and do as big as I can, and you can see that's still only 150 because we have such a big, 4,500 by 5,400. So I'm going to make this, let's say 1,000. Let's see how big that is. Hit enter. I think I still want it a little bigger, so I'm gonna go 1,200. Yep. And then we'll move this right there. Perfect. So that's, we want to kind of get to edge, right? So whatever word you pick, make that font a little bigger by just texting it bigger. So typing it in bigger. So I'm going to do this 3 times, right? So I'm going to copy this, or you could type it, hit enter, space, enter, space. Now I want to make it a little tighter. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go to my text right here. And you can see the leading is 1200, 1200. We're going to make it less than 1200. So let's try 1100 and see what happens. Yeah, so that's kind of how I want it to be, just a little tighter like that. So whatever you need to make it a little tighter, you can do that. So just adjust the leading here. I'm going to hide this. The next thing I want to do is warp this. Well, no, actually, let's do this. Let's outline this first. So we're going to click this right here. I'll show you how to outline a font. You can see right now it's just a fill of black. I'm going to do a stroke and take out the fill. You can see the stroke is only 1 pixel, so I'm going to make this a little bigger, maybe 20 pixels. And that's great. And I want to make this red, so let's do, instead of black, let's just do red like this. Now it can be that really strong red. I'm going to do it down like this, maybe a darker red. Yeah, like that. Now I'm going to copy this just so I have that red again. Command C, and make sure you hit OK to save it. All right, I'm going to do this one in just a solid red, so make sure we paste it right there, hit OK, and this one we're going to do the stroke again, the color, paste that right there, hit OK. Oh, we also need that to be 20 points. 20, enter. Perfect. So this is great. This is what I want. Now I want to add that vintage look, that vintage wave. So we're going to do that with warp. So let's do warp here, and we can pick the style. There's so many different styles here, but the one we want is this wave right here, because we want the top and the bottom to stay the same. If we did the flag, then all of it will move around, but we just want the top and bottom to be level. So let me show you this. There you go. And then if you want it not as much or going the other way, you can do that. And you can play around with some of these, but this kind of moves it around too, right? So we don't want that. We just want it the same. This one also moves it back and forth. So you can play with it, but I want horizontal 0, vertical 0, and then maybe this blend, I don't know, just like that, just a little bit, maybe 24. All right, so make sure to press OK to save it. And there you go. So far so good. We got the letters the way we want it. One thing else I want to do is add some diamonds around some sparkles, right? So let's do this. Let's go to this pen tool here, and let's just draw a shape. So I'm going to click over here. I'm going to zoom in. You can do the scroll bar and hold down Option and scroll in, scroll in, scroll in, and up, down. We're just going to just freehand it. Down, up, down, down. Now it's okay if it's kind of wonky like that. We can fix it. So by clicking on this button, the path select. So there's the path select and the direct select. So click on the direct select, and now we can click on each of these individually, and you can move them around to make sure that they're the right. So if you want them, sticking out more or coming in more, whatever, just level it out. And then you can color this as well. So we want these red. So instead of fill black here, we can pick that red that we used here. Or we can go in here to color, pick that red that we liked before, like that darker red here. And then come back here to fill, and it will remember that dark red. All right, I'm going to zoom back out. You can also hit Command- to zoom out if you don't want to do the scroll. Now we're going to go back here to the move tool, and we're going to move that diamond or star shape wherever we want. Now we can move this and copy it and put it in different places as well. So if we hold down Option and click on this star, we can drag it and make a copy, right? Drag it, make a copy anywhere we want. So if we want to add it to different spots, we can. you know, like that. All right, that may be too much. And you can also, you know, size it if you want. All right, so let me, holding down the space bar, you can get the hand here and move your artboard around like that. So space bar. And let's see. Next thing we want to do is add a graphic here. Now you can find your graphic on any place. I'm going to show you where I found this graphic, but you can get it from Creative Fabrica, Creative Market, wherever you get your graphics from. Vexels, Vecteezy, there's so many different places. Let me show you where I get this graphic from. So I found this Santa on, what is this, Vector Portal. A lot of cool free vectors on here. So this is the Santa, and I'm just gonna download it. So I'm gonna hit download, and it's gonna download to my downloads file. I'm gonna show you where it is here. So this is what you wanna see, the Vector Portal, and we're gonna just take that SVG file, and I'm gonna drag it into Photopea. So here I am on Photopea. The SVG file for that Santa I have on the side here. You can't see it, but I'm gonna drag it in here, and it's on the background. So I'm gonna pull it all the way to the top here, and you can see it's really small, so I'm gonna adjust the size. Transform control tools here. It's a SVG, so it should be fine with scaling. So you can see it's not pixelating, but we do have a problem here, and that is it's a transparent background. So you can see the letters behind here. So there's two ways that you could do this to fix this problem. You could delete the letters behind it, or you could just color this white. I'm going to choose to color it white and make it really easy. So I'm going to do another file or another layer underneath this layer. So I'm going to move myself away here just for a second. And I'm going to add a layer here, right? This one. And I'm going to move that layer underneath the Johnny layer. So you can see the Johnny Santa is still at the top, and this layer number 1 is at the underneath of it. Let me bring myself back. All right, so we're just going to color underneath this white so that it stands out. So I'm going to use my paintbrush tool right here. Make sure that it's white. So I'm going to make sure that I'm choosing white here. And we can test it out. So let's do paintbrush. I'm gonna make this a little bigger. You can kind of see the size of the brush here. So look at this. You can do a big brush at first to kind of get some broad strokes. Let me show you what it looks like. So there it is, just white here, right? And I'm gonna zoom in. So remember Option and scroll wheel, zoom, 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 zoom. And I can just come in here. Now if you come, let me hold down the space bar down here. Now if you want to get a little more fine here, maybe some of these hairs, we don't have to be perfect here, but if you want to come in here and this brush is too big, you can hit that bracket, the left bracket, and it will get smaller. You see how it got smaller there? And now I can just do this, and if you hit the right bracket, it gets bigger. So you see how much bigger I can do, like really big. Again, you come here to the small one, left bracket, make it smaller. Boom. Isn't that fun? All right, so let's finish this up. You don't have to watch me. I'm gonna finish this up, and then I'm gonna teach you how to export it. All right, so I've colored it white now, all the places that I want. One more thing I wanted to show you, like let's say you think maybe you went over a little bit, and that's okay. It kind of looks like vintage, more vintage that way, but maybe you really made a mistake and went over. One thing you can do is get the erase button. This one is the erase button. So, or tab, tool, the erase tool. And you can come in here, and again, you can make your brush bigger or smaller by pressing left and right bracket, but I'm gonna do this, and you can see it just erases it. Okay, so you can use both erase, or maybe you erased it too much and you don't want that red back in. So I'll come in here, go back to brush, fill it in again. Okay, so use the erase and the brush together. One way to check to make sure that you got it all white is to remove the background. I'm gonna take the eye off of here and see if there's anything that you missed. And it looks like it's okay. All right, so now with the background gone, I'm gonna export this to use it on a t-shirt. So let's go File, let's go Export, PNG. I'm gonna do that. Now, make sure we got the right width, 4500, right height, 5400, quality, great, PNG, great. I'm gonna save this. It's gonna be a transparent PNG. And there you go. That's easy as that. I'm gonna open this up so you can see what it looks like. So here it is. And now I'm gonna put it on a t-shirt so you can see what it looks like on a t-shirt. So here we are on Amazon Merch on Demand, formerly Merch by Amazon. And you can see I just dragged that PNG file into here, and you can see it fits because it's 4500 by 5400. Let's check out how it looks like on some of these colors. So gray, it's hard to see. Blue, I think blue is good. So it's gonna do better on a light colored t-shirt because we used red. Black, that's kind of hard. I would have used white text to do it on black, so I'm gonna take black out. That's harder. Gray looks great. Green stuff. Yellow looks great. So you can kind of come in here and see, of course we made it to work well on pink. So of course pink is gonna be the one, and so on. And white would work, of course. So this is mainly for a light colored t-shirt. So for a dark colored t-shirt, I would probably change the letters to white and then make that outline, that white outline that we did that's behind the Santa, just a little bit further out so that the black doesn't blend into the t-shirt, right? But there you go. That's how it looks like. Really simple. Click the ones you want and just double check to make sure that it looks great on the colors. If it doesn't, then don't put it on that color, and then make your royalties whatever you want. So there you go. From beginning to end, you can see I like this idea because we have some things that make it stand out, right? The white makes it stand out. The great picture makes it stand out. We got some little things here with the stars, and of course the font is nice, big and bold. It's a vintage font, and it has that wavy look to it, so it has some interest to it. So hopefully this was really helpful for you to learn kind of the tips and tricks for Photopea. Now use these techniques and go and make your own designs. So that is it for this video. Hopefully this video is really helpful for you. You can see there's a lot you can do with Photopea. I keep calling it Photopea, but it's Photopea. It's a lot like Photoshop, and it's absolutely free. All those ads on the right side just pay for the whole thing. So you can do things like I showed with the warp and the text and the colors, and it does a lot of stuff. So if you want to see more Photopea tutorials, let me know that in the comments. Thanks again for watching. If this video was really helpful for you, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to this channel already, make sure to hit that subscribe button right here. The question of the day for this video is, have you used Photopea before? Let me know that in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, and if you want to see more videos, tutorials like these, click on these right here. And as always guys, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.